yeah, I guess. Hello, 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 hello. get just what I taste. So yeah, I guess it makes me smile. I found it hard, was hard to find. Well, whatever, never mind. Hello, 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 hello.
What up, Bandidos? And we're live. It's Monday, May 22nd, the evening before the Golden Bullet begins. The last global event that's going to close out season 11 and bring us into year 5, season 1. Crazy to say that. We're gonna have to get used to saying that around here, right? So anyways, we were on a really good build Saturday night towards the end of that stream, and I haven't touched it since, and we need to finish this thing out because it's gonna be absolutely amazing. Not only one of the best builds for Golden Bullet, but also beyond. Let's go.
Ready? Okay. Shh.
Méteme chambón abajo.
Okay, and we're live. What's going on, Bandidos? Hope you're all having a beautiful beginning of your week. And here we go. Hey, just a quick reminder, there are Golden Bullet builds pinned at the top of our chat for you to check out. Make sure you watch those. Those are the ones that we built over basically 2 streams. Friday night stream, Saturday night stream. We went through a bunch, and I kind of condensed it down to, I guess, 3 builds that are easy to put together for the most part. So there's not a whole lot of farming and highly effective. Highly effective. So we got 1 hybrid in there, 1 SMG build, and then 1 assault rifle build. Technically 2 assault rifle builds, because the hybrid's also an assault rifle build. But very effective builds. And they're not exactly where we left off in the stream. I ended up playing with them a little bit further and tweaking them a little bit further. Mostly because I wanted differentiation between each build, and then I wanted them to be easier to farm. And then I didn't want the memento on all of the builds. You know what I mean? And the reason why is because there's new players that still haven't gotten the memento yet. What a shame, right? What a shame. So we got to get that memento for those boys. So yeah, if you see backpacks and you got new players with you, make sure you gift that memento if you get it to drop for you as a veteran player, because these new guys, they struggle getting that memento. So help a brother out, you know what I mean? So this is the build we kind of left off with on Saturday night, and somebody in the chat was talking about something that had to do. Oh, they got their Regulus, and we were talking about Regulus builds, and you know, there's a form of this build that's really good for the Regulus, and it just kind of got me thinking for some reason, because we were playing with the tip of spear hybrid build, and I was just like, and we were talking about the D50 with Hunter's Fury. And I was like, you know what, let's turn this into a skill hybrid build. And we did, and it was working really well. But at where we left off was, you know, if you pivot from the pistol to the rifle, it becomes even more powerful. And the reason why is because, you know, of course, range and whatnot. But these are full directive builds. So you can run all 5 directives with these. And the pistol is obviously really nice for pistolero because you don't have to worry about ammo. But the reality is that you don't have to worry about ammo with rifles either, because these are one-shot kill builds, and they give you what, 180 something rounds, 186 rounds with pistolero off of a single pistol kill, and then you're regenerating pistol ammo when in cover also. Either way, one kill and you got enough ammo to go like forever, basically. Forever. So the rifles are really good for pistoleros if you're using them, especially the 1886 with the one-shot kill capability, but you get better range. And what's gonna make this like even deadlier is that we got determined. So last time we ran anything similar to this, we didn't have determined for golden bullet. So that's gonna make this very, very, very nice to clear content, because the golden bullet is gonna refill our mag and give us more power. And so those 5 rounds are gonna go a very long ways, because determined is gonna allow us to not miss as many, right? Because at least half of our targets we're gonna be able to shoot in the belly or whatever we want to get that kill. And then we swap to the head. So that is gonna make those 5 golden bullet rounds go a long ways. And then of course every kill is gonna refill that. So very, should be very fun. And then we did run this before with like high armor. And so it's a similar concept that should work. Now that we haven't tested with the rifle, but it should work. So yesterday we were running with 1 red core on the D50, and we needed that red core in order to get the D50 to work because it's not as strong, right? Pistols at 375, and this is twice as strong. So with rifles, there's more forgiveness in the power region. And then sharpshooter also buffs the rifle more by giving us more headshot damage. As you can see, we got 145. We want that to 150, so I'll have to tweak that here in a second. But so yeah, we're getting 15% more headshot damage and also stability coming off of the TAC 50. And then the TAC 50, of course, what we're using to fully proc headhunter, and then we're gonna be buffing our skills because we're gonna run around like a bat out of hell picking up all those trophies. And then each one of those trophies and gives 30% skill efficiency on top of the 30% skill efficiency the backpack's already given us. So I didn't put any skill damage on the build besides the skill tiers because we're not gonna need it. Definitely not. So you're gonna be running around with a minimum of 60% skill efficiency at any one time. So no need to run the capacitor on this one. Good to go. And so basically you can use these, stick these, well, one of the big advantages is they're gonna allow you to run around with no shield. So it's another way to go shieldless by using these to sort of cloak you or distract the enemies. And then at the same time, you stick them on heavy armored targets that you don't want to shoot and lose your headhunter buff. It's one of my favorites. I do got 3 protection from elite mods here. And then if I had a Providence or an Overlord here with the skill tier, I would run it. We're in that same dilemma as we were on Saturday. So that's why we're 5% less on headshot damage. So I'm gonna end up having to lose a protection from elites simply because I don't have a Providence chest piece with the skill tier on it. Kind of sucks. But you really want this, if missing out on a ton of damage, what is that, like 400% damage or something like that? What is it, 800 to 1250? Yeah, 450% damage loss by not going to that 5%. So headshot damage, and there's no mods on this rifle besides the reload speed. And well, I guess we could do that and not worry about a reload speed. What is that, 2.5 to 2.9? We could do that. We keep all our protection from elites. We could try that. Let's do that. I've never done that before. Something new. Work around. All right, and if that doesn't work, we could just take one of these off. So we're gonna get 10% bonus armor, 30% weapon damage, also 5% weapon damage boost, and then 3% armor regen. But remember, we got 20% armor on kill, so technically 30% armor on kill if you consider the bonus armor on kill too. So that's 30% armor on kill. And then we don't need to have 6 skill tiers, so we're gonna start there. But once we tweak this, or once we play with it, we might decide to take away one of these skill tiers and replace it with an armor core. Very, very worthwhile to do that because you don't need your skills to be overpowered. You're gonna be a very effective killer with your one-shot kill capability here. So these are just mostly very helpful for, well, I guess, clearing the content quickly, right? So you stick them to the right, you go left, kind of stay in the realm of your skills though, so you don't pick up too much aggro and just clean house. So let's see how we do. Let me just do a quick check on this specialization, make sure we have the right weapons loaded in, and we do. So this is what I mean. So we get breathe control, which is give us more stability for that weapon, and then 15% more headshot damage. So this isn't for any other weapon but marksmen's and rifles. So ARs and pistols don't benefit from this, but that's technically a lot of damage. It's almost like another red core on your build, really, if you think about it. Maybe even more valuable because it's technically a multiplier instead of an additive type damage. So, yeah, very valuable when you're running these types of builds. You'd be sort of missing out on damage. And it's the TAC 50 we're trying to buff, so definitely, obviously, you can't run the TAC 50 unless you're running this anyway, so hand in hand. All right, let's rock. Let's look at the map for you guys, in case you're wondering. Heartbreaker, Badger, LMGs, gloves, not horrible. Rifles, if you're looking for this 1886. Interesting. Okay, so we got Foundry and knee pads in my favorite zone. Walker, Overlord. A good Overlord chest isn't a bad thing to have, by the way, but also your Fox's Prayer knee pads if you don't have everything you're looking for. If you don't have all of those in every possible variety, then there you go. That's your zone. That's your zone. Yeah, holidays coming up in the US, that's right. Memorial Day weekend. Sort of the official kickoff of the summer and honoring the vets. I think that's next Monday, isn't it? Are we there? That close? I think so. Sounds right. We around here they turn on all the swimming pools open and all that kind of stuff. So very exciting weekend.
Hostile control point nearby.
What up, Lewis? Yeah, it is next Monday. Thanks, Gray. I try not to look too far ahead. It's a week from today, huh, Reaps? Yeah. I don't look too far ahead in my week. Like 3 days at a time. That's as far as my vision goes. Let's pick up some gear here. So you're going to want to play inside that Hunter's Fury sweet spot, which is 15 meters. Which won't be too difficult. And then so the nice part about it is they're going to give you that little indicator. Oops, fuck. I didn't mean to do that.
That's a good spot for a turret.
And so we're going to want to earn some ammo, that special ammo here, and then we'll really be off. Turret in a nice annoying spot for the enemies. There we go. Probably. All right, I was gonna say, did we expire? So now we have determined. So that was outside of that killing zone. So it's risky when you do that because you might lose your buff, but it looks like we didn't. So it depends on the weapon. So with the pistol is really a lot more sensitive, and so you want to make sure you stick through that. Whoops, I missed that one. Dude. God damn it. Ah, come on. That was my bad. So kind of a horrible cover spot I chose. Dark, what's up, man? Just trying to get all warmed up. Get into my groove here. He doesn't want to come out of his hole. I get it. Where's my... Okay, he's literally not coming out. Let's see if I can poke him. He just died. Is that what just happened? Sucker. I think it doesn't the game, aren't they doing that now? The game will override the enemy that doesn't get out of the door. It's supposed to. I remember that mentioned that a long time ago because enemies were getting stuck in doors. They said they were gonna fix that, but it's not always consistent. Sometimes you end up having to whip out the old chem launcher. All right, I think we got our TAC 50. Yep, got a little bit of ammo. You really want to get them inside that box. We could test it outside of it though. Like what happens when you shoot them outside? Do we have the power to scoot back? He's following me though. Didn't look like it was enough. Let's try with the Nemesis. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so we need that amp damage. We'll try again once we have all our trophies. See if we can go without the amp damage. Once you get headhunters, it won't matter, apparently. We'll turn on directives in a little bit too once we kind of feel out the damage here. Tony, appreciate the sub, bro, with your prime. Thanks for that. Run. Why aren't we getting any new enemies? With the ads. Jesus. Of course. She got that grenade off. They even tortured me in their death. I definitely need to warm up. I'm not landing my shots. Medic, watch this guy, he's crazy. He just touches somebody and they get up. Jesus Christ, I can't land that shot. Come on, buddy. Oh, this phone. I gotta get rid of this nemesis out of my hands. That charging up kills me. It's annoying. I think we're almost, yeah, looks like we're almost full. One more trophy. $30 million right there. Yeah, once you get those headhunter sacks, they hurt. Okay, so we almost got all our ammo that we're looking for. So we got 4 rounds. That should get us rolling.
Supply room access unlocked.
And we'll switch over to the rifle full time here. So, you know, Foundry is going to be interesting to look at. I think it's going to be really valuable coming into season 1 to really evaluate the differences between Foundry and Cavalier. Is Cavalier worth it? You know, there's a little bit of transfer of benefit to your allies. Yeah, you know. But in that moment, you know, it's gonna be very situational, right? So I'm curious to see how it works, because you know, is it still very PvP, the transfer of protection to your allies? I think it might be, even though they took away the whole skill damage portion and made it to all incoming damage help. But the thing is like, you know, let's just say you're playing a legendary thing and everybody's behind cover and you know what I mean? It's just like, and you're transferring that and it might just sort of go unused. And and the problem with that is like, you know, okay, fine. But the problem with it really is that the way, you know, this is all speculation right now, but it's just that you're sacrificing your protection to give it to your team that may or may not be using it, you know? And, you know, I can see that being the case and helpful in PvP because you know, you want to run as a squad and, you know, people are always throwing stingers at you and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. But, you know, I've seen the diminished damage in action and it doesn't seem as strong as kind of what Foundry does. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe it's just on par. You know, maybe it's close to the same, but I don't know. Because and so they give you repair skills, and I think that's a lot of the problem is that I think the builds that people have been running for tests so far, they're not playing into the repair skills, and that's you're going to be your form of repairs. So, which isn't also very great, right? Because we know, like, if you're going to use the fixer, it trails, and it's not as good as regen, which Foundry does. And so it's, you know, they've basically built you a Foundry that just works differently, right? Instead of regen, you get repairs, so on and so forth. But yeah, I don't know, the consistency thing, you know. God damn it, I'm just missing shots today. I need to slow it down. There we go. Yeah, I'm curious. So I think Foundry, it's going to be really interesting to play into Foundry and see how that one differs a little bit. Or maybe if you have maybe one of each on a team. What does that do? I don't know. Probably nothing, because Foundry's just basically meant to be a bullet sponge, right? God, that thing is taking some fucking heat. You seen that? Almost scared to stand by it. I'm doing a horrible job of landing my shots today. I gotta get warmed up. And technically the rifle's easier than a sniper too. So stick that on the boss. God, this guy's everywhere. These guys, come on, man. Come to the fight.
Wake up! We got flanked! Can't see the target. How you like that?
Incoming hostiles detected.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of mixed feelings for it. I'm sure we'll kind of find some good builds for it, though. On the creative point, I'm excited for it, but on like the meta side of it, you know, I'm sort of not, you know. That makes sense. Like, I think we'll find probably Foundry will be the better tank build PvE wise, but. And I think we all like the idea of hazard protection, but there's a reason why we don't have a lot of hazard protection builds now, even though we can. You know, because it's the one thing we tend to sacrifice because we need more power or recovery, you know, and status effects doesn't happen all the time, you know, and that's one of the core stats on that build. And like I said, I wish I could put status effects on every single build, but we know you just don't have enough slots for it, you know? You just don't. And so it does make it a nice, well-balanced build that way, but for putting it on there. So I like that they did, I mean, I guess. But, you know, it doesn't even look that impressive with, what do you call it? The backfire, you know, which is a weapon that could definitely take advantage of it. The backfire doesn't do that isn't that fun, I should say? Isn't that fun on tank builds? You know? And so, even though it's like great crit damage, 200%, it's just like, there's a lot of other things that are wrong with the gun. I mean, I feel like you gotta definitely be over 300% crit damage with the backfire for it to feel good. And that's a lot, right? And the Cavalier's not gonna let you do that. You know? The Cavalier's not gonna give you the slots to do that at all. You're gonna have to roll everything else to crit chance, right? Because it doesn't give you any crit chance. And that's one of the downsides of the backfire is it's missing crit chance mods. So, I mean, so you're probably gonna have to run maybe the strongest of weapons with it, basically, is probably the route to go. So, one of the things I'm noticing, I think our skills are too strong. Run into this issue before? I actually think our skills are too strong here. They're doing all the killing, and I'm just chasing them around. I mean, it's kind of cool because they give you they give you that armor on kill that you need, you know? But I think we can dial him down a notch, maybe?
Incoming hostiles detected.
To bring our weapon back in balance, you know?
Immediate medical assistance needed.
And it's not really our weapon. It's not that our weapon's so strong, but what ends up happening is your skills will kill one enemy, and then it quickly moves on to the next enemy, and then it makes it very hard to shoot that target because he's kind of jittering and body shaking and cartwheeling. See that? See that? How she moves? See her head bouncing? And I missed, right? I mean, it killed her, but it wasn't a headshot. And so, that's not a problem, but when the skills kill so fast, they quickly move to the next target. What ends up happening is your headhunter keeps expiring. Because you can't get to an open target. There's no open targets. They keep getting deleted. It's kind of a funny problem. Look at that fire, man. Wow. What a grenade. You seen that? Jeez. And so I try to see that, like, I can't. I mean, they just kind of go crazy when your skills are attacking them. And then you try to tell your skill to attack the other guy, but they, oh God, are you serious? To try to tell your skills to do something, but they don't always listen, you know, and it's quite frustrating. So you see, yeah, she's a little bit more stable because my turret's not shooting at her. Not that it matters because I'm gonna miss anyways, but. So that's good news because I think we were talking about that earlier, that I think it would be cool to add one more armor core onto this build. Swap a skill tier for armor. It won't change our power distribution on our weapon, only the skills. Yeah, Tony, that's a good point. I'd like to see new brand sets where the first 2 damage bonuses are damage focus. Yeah, they mesh well. They love to twerk, Johnny. I love to twerk. We have that in common. Okay, so I'm gonna try adding an armor core here in a sec. Probably a good idea. You guys are deleting some stuff right now too, by the way, for Golden Bullet, but also start thinking about season 1. It's gonna be there in no time, you know. And so, you know, new rewards track, new gear, new variations of that gear. Yeah, I plan on using Striker too. I think one of the first builds I'm gonna rock is probably the Pestilence. I don't normally run the Pestilence for this event. And so, and I know people like it. I have before, but it was a long time ago, so I don't remember if I liked it. So I'm gonna run the Pestilence with this set. I'm sorry, with this event, and I see how it could be pretty fun. You know what I mean? Because you ultimately you're getting that RPM and all that fun stuff too, but also this thing is spreading, the plague is spreading and killing also, but the cool thing about that is every time it gets a kill, it's going to throw that golden bullet back at you. So it's like an auto golden bullet mode, which means you might be able to skip the reload on your Pestilence, which is a good thing because reloading that thing sucks. You know, maybe that's the idea. So I might kick off with that one. Toy around with it. So I'm wondering, Habsburg would be a good find here. I'm just wondering why I don't have a Habsburg. Because it'd be a simple one. Habsburg with handling, and I can reroll this Chain Killer, but let's go back to the castle. And so I don't know, I'm trying to remember even the brand set. The brand set isn't really shining. What is it giving us? You guys remember what the brand set is even giving us? Is it a status effect one? Pesty for life, Junior. For sure. Pestilence is maintained, hasn't it? Very good exotic. It really has maintained through the ages. Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember what the brand set was doing. I have pictures of it somewhere. Let me see here. No, I don't. I think I deleted them. It's status effects in the yellow core. Thanks, Grumps. Yeah. Okay. Perfect, yeah, perfect companion. And then the backpack was perfect, galvanized, which I'm excited about that. Perfect companion is going to be a tough one for me. I mean, do we think it's going to be better than Obliterate? It's nice to have a different option, but if it's obviously... I mean, you don't have that 5-second thing, but I don't know. There's a reason why I don't run companion a lot on my backpack. I haven't found it to be super reliable. I've tried it. I mean, it's not horrible, but I mean, I find vigilance more reliable than companion because it's uptime is right away, but the recovery is, you know, 4 seconds isn't that big of a deal. But unless you're always taking damage, you know, then companion can make a lot of sense. Yeah, we'll have to try it. Maybe there's something we're not seeing, you know. Okay, so we're looking for chess pieces, sorry. And I think a Habsburg would be a fun one to run here. There we go. Skill hit, skill damage. That one would be okay. I want the handling if I could. And I'm sure I don't have it. Habsburg has not been playing along this season. And I really don't want to go countdown and farm it. Is anybody else like that? Do you guys like going to countdown? I know a lot of people go in there to farm, but how do you really feel about it? You know what I mean? Like, countdowns, it's a little too mind-numbing for me to be motivated to go in there with 7 other people, you know? It's like a, you know, I might as well put the game on autopilot, you know, and just let it go. Let it do its thing. I feel like that. I mean, and so it's just, you know, we used to make builds for that, and you know, I have my recommended build for it just so that new players have something. But the reality is that, you know, anything works in there because you got 7 other players shooting at the same target, and that's why it's, you know, that's why it's sort of mind-numbing. It's because it's so damn buffed, their armor for that many players to be shooting at a single target. It's just not that, I don't know. Heroic and legendary, and then there's no real motivation to run it on heroic, is there really? You know, besides your ego. I don't really feel motivated to even run it on heroic anymore because it's all about loot, is it not? You know, isn't that what we care about? And this is not why we go in there, so that we can do our targeted loot farming. And then the problem is that it's about the same loot from heroic to challenging in there. You know, I don't know. So, and I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. It's not something like hate. I was like, oh my God, worst game mode ever. Not at all, right? Not at all. But it's just like, so it's too casual. That's what they wanted. They wanted it to be casual, but I just feel like it's a little too casual. You know? Yeah, now we're rocking. Yeah, that armor's gonna be nice. Pick up our trophies here. It's nice. I mean, I like that we have the power that we need even before trophies, you know? Of course the trophies help, but jump. Sorry, I'm just figuring out this game myself. Fucking buttons. Oops, no. Told you I'm still learning.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Who is this guy? Son of a bitch! Get out of there! No!
Was that not a headshot? Shouldn't have done that. I knew that was risky. Yeah, this feels better balanced. I wish we had the handling on the chest though, instead of that regen, because I think it would make a difference.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Really? Come on. Now I can't even jump. I can't even jump over that, so I gotta go through the fire. God, so annoying.
Take the shot while they're in the open. I'm ready for you!
Where you think you're going?
I hate that headhunter mark goes away. Yeah, it's mind numbing is slow, and I mean you get a lot of gear, and you know, it is nice for the farming. It is. You get a lot of quantity more than quality, but the quality isn't bad. You know what I mean? It's not bad, but the quantity is definitely over the quality. So it serves its purpose, but I really kind of dread going in there, you know? And the reason why I'm bringing it up is not because I want them to change countdown, because I don't think there's anything worth changing that wouldn't require a full rewrite of that game mode, you know? And that won't be worth it. It's just gonna have to be its thing is it's farming, you know? Suffer through the numbness, and at least you get a bunch of gear. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it worries me about the Descent game mode, you know? Because the Descent game mode doesn't even have a loop going for it, you know? Oops. And how mind-numbing is Descent gonna be? It's already looking mind-numbing to me. I haven't even played it. You know what I mean? Like what? You know, and I'm sure it'll be fun. The countdown was fun in the first few times, and we dug in. You know, wasn't replayable though. I mean, it was a little bit more replayable. And Descent, yeah, I don't know. You know,
Agent, you're going down!
it literally feels like. And I hate to talk negative about it, but I am worried about it. You know, I hate to talk negative about it before I've actually tried it. That's maybe the better way to say it. But it's just looks like a training module, and it is a training module. I mean, it is actually a training module, right? And so, it's just like, and then you get these caches that are sort of okay. I mean. You get some Godworld stuff, you know, I guess, but I think targeted loot would be better at the very least. I think that's probably an essential. Add targeted loot. I think we need more fun challenges and rewards for those challenges. I mean, You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, here's an example. This is a big problem, I think. So let's say you have a personal record run, right? And you went through hours of gameplay, and you got to do this crazy level, like 85, who knows? And then, you know, it took you like 20 hours to get there. So that means to break your personal record, you're gonna have to put in something over 15 hours, if not longer, you know? Maybe more time, maybe a little bit less, but still a lot of time, you know? And so that's gonna be a demotivator. Nobody's gonna wanna do that again twice. To be like, shit, it took me 20 hours. I couldn't save my game. I couldn't have a delta. What happens if you delta, right? What if your record was 20 hours and you delta 19, right? Like, oh, no, I gotta, you know, no, never, I'm not gonna do that again, right? I mean, what is actually better when it comes to quality of gameplay? I mean, let's really think about this for a second. Like, and what I mean by quality is like an appropriate level of challenge, difficulty, and reward. Do you think it's the summit or the countdown? And the summit by no means is perfect. No real game mode is, but you know, the summit has targeted loot. It's got to climb. You can save. You could add 3 additional players, a team of 4. The scaling is as you're used to it. Ooh, look at that. Let's shoot that eagle. You know, so which is not too ridiculous is my point, because the scaling in the countdown sort of takes some of the fun out of it. That's a problem with 8 players. So that was a little under damaged right there, huh? You see that? Gonna have to try that again. He was in, I'm pretty sure he was in the spot. Let's right here, this guy. Oops. Fucking get him. The way he moves is annoying. Now he's on the other side, of course. No, I told you to go for that guy. God, my skills do not listen to me, man. They're rebellious little teenagers, my skills. Trying to test this. There we go. Give me a headshot. Okay, now that one worked. Huh. Is it... We didn't have the head of the Hunter's Fury stack yet, so it couldn't have been that. All right, we'll have to check that again. Really? Really? I was nowhere near that weak point. What just happened there? Did I hit his hand? Try that again. .3. Huh. The TAC 50 shouldn't have been weakened, but it feels weaker. So that's 9.9 right there, non-crit, which is plenty. I must be hitting him in the hand, and I just can't tell. All right. .9 non-crit on a purple guy. You would get more. You would have gotten a higher damage on an elite because he had more armor. Hey, get off me, bro. Yeah, it probably is better, K. You're right. Some people complain about that too, though. Because the end, you know, can be a little overwhelming, I guess, with 4 people. I mean, we've done it. For that same reason, people deltaing. Yeah, it's not so much about Countdown. Countdown is what it is. It's not horrible, but I'm not super motivated to go in there myself. But I know a lot of people do use it, and so there's that. And it's mostly for farming. So it does have a purpose. But it just kind of makes me worry a little bit more about Descent, because I see Descent even not as fun as Countdown, and, you know. Like, oh no. Yeah, so 11.1 on crit. Okay. And so, but you know, so I am thinking about it for new players, because I know a lot of the content they're designing is to be more casual so that new players can have a easier time at their point of entry to take advantage of all the content. And that's why this game mode is going to be available even without Warlords in New York, so you don't even have to have that.
Enemies too close.
I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's kind of like going into that target practice room. You know, the target practice with like a civilian leader that's, you know, randomly appears on a map. I kind of feel like that's kind of what Descent is. You know, and I know a little bit is about the use of the fantasy build thing, but not being able to bring that build along with me is kind of interesting. And then I wonder if we kind of just get to this. I mean, it's kind of annoying, as I should say. And then, you know, out of the game mode, and then you can't save it at like a loadout. So like maybe next time, you know, obviously you can't because you have to rebuild. But I feel like once you kind of figure out these certain power combinations, like offense, if you just keep choosing a bunch of offense and, you know, basically tank DPS concepts is all you're building, then I don't know. Is it really going to be build diversity in there, even with all the crazy possibilities? Because it's a roguelite mode, and the whole point is to be progressively godlier, right? Progressively godlier, literally. And so that might make us more partial to selecting, you know, those ultra damage talents and then ultra tank, like regen and bonus armor kind of concepts, you know? And so we're still, and because of that, even though they got a couple of new options that we've never seen before, we're still going to be limited in that department. And so because of our choices are still going to be limited, we're all going to end up with the same builds. Just a theory, but I have a feeling that we're all just going to end up with like very similar builds, you know? Because we want to be demigods in the game mode. And so I feel like, yeah, I mean, and it is just a start. So that maybe they have that in some sort of progression plan in future updates, is to add more talents so that there's greater diversity and interesting builds, spreading more plague type things, or who knows, right? I mean, and I'm, you know, and I am one to say, like, yeah, Yeah, Parabellum, you're funny, man. 3 months. I give it 3 months. Yeah, that's kind of like, yeah. I mean, for veterans, we're in a tough place. You know what I mean? And so that's why I try to think about it even from a new player's perspective. And so, you know, I guess from that perspective, it's just like, if they haven't been taking advantage of the end game yet, you know what I mean? Then I guess it's not a bad idea to go in there and dabble, you know? I mean, what are the rest of us doing? What are you doing? What am I doing? Trying to find the ultimate build for the end game. Right? It's like, if you think about it, the never-ending quest, it literally is a never-ending quest, because we're always gonna get something new, and we're gonna put a twist on something that we love, you know? Yeah, I think saving is gonna be important. I think saving is gonna be important. I think they're gonna need to do a better job on the loot. That's a very important element to get people to play anything in this game. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I don't do heroic missions. I don't think they drop enough loot compared to the open world. And I like the challenges of the open world. I think the open world is more challenging than missions because of the variety of variables that can enter in a control point.
Civilians in distress.
Yeah, healer builds. I went through a healer build phase too, Gray. I went through a whole team support phase, like for a long time too. Long time. It is fun to try to keep your team alive. They're one of the overpowered categories in this game, actually. I think snipers and healer builds are the two most overpowered categories, and probably skill damage builds are right there. Not too far behind it. But the healer builds are, if you think about it, like the meta healer build is basically enough to heal an 8-man team in a raid. And that's what we run in for a 4-man team in Legendary, so. Yeah, there we go, 9.987. We're right there. Okay, we got enough damage.
Reinforcements en route.
Not a lot of overkill going on.
Just lie down.
Come on, cartwheels.
Unloading on target.
That's not gonna rename her as Cartwheels. A fucking perfect name for her, right? She does. I've seen her like do so many cartwheels back to back. It's insane.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Ooh, those skills are strong. See that? And we keep grabbing the trophies and making them stronger. It's a tough little spot. It's a competition for sure. Especially because we're really playing in this range. Like where we have the skills surrounding us, right? Like almost like a skill bubble. Yeah, we can like when I see her and be like, "What's up, cartwheels?" We should name everybody. Actually, you know what I was gonna do is in a video, if you guys are down to do it, and then we could like do a stream on it. It'd be definitely something different than we're doing right now. Is mask design. I want to design some hunter masks. You know, Division fashion show. Let's do a Division fashion show. Yes. Yes. All around the hunter masks. You guys want to do that? And then, shit, maybe we can get some of these 3D printed and worked up and do like a little giveaway on it. That'd be cool, right? That's all possible. I hate that angle. And so, yeah, I was thinking about doing that, doing a variety of them, and then doing it in like a video format, and then trying to find a way to do it in a live stream so that we can kind of get some voting, some vote up, and then progressing on them, kind of like perfecting them until we kind of come out with like the king of all hunter masks, the most desired hunter mask kind of thing, and then turn it into some sort of wearable trophy, you know, like for the banditos of and so like, you know, we create some sort of contest, or maybe we just do a drawing or something simple like that, or a raffle, something like that. Maybe we do the charity, maybe we combine a charity event with it. Ooh, that'd be cool. And then you know, the grand prize would be this hunter mask that we all built together, you know. So I would start with this kind of like fashion show lookbook concept, and then we vote up, vote down kind of thing. That'd be fun, huh? Yeah, that could be cool. That could be cool. You want to help with the project, Reaps? If you got time? Anybody else? Any volunteers? There's some logistics that'd be helpful. Like we would need to find a really good 3D printer. It's helpful if they have the designer in-house where you can give them your concept art. There's so many out there. So it's mostly a vetting exercise. There's so many out there. You know what I mean? 3D printers. And so it's nice when they have the designer in-house that can take your concept art and then realize, look at that. Look at that. Bullshit, right? You know, I gotta say, we should talk about this also. Yeah, so you know what? I'll follow up with that. If you're interested in helping out on this project, because I think it'd be really cool. Because I've been thinking about doing the masks anyways, but I'd like it to be some sort of community activity. Because I know a lot of us like the lore, and I think I'll be bold enough to say that one of our favorite parts of the lore is the hunters, and we always looking for more hunter things. So it'd be a nice collector's item. And you know me, I'm like all about quality, so I don't want it to be some cheap piece of crap. Excuse me. I want it to be something like you could go to a Division 2 cosplay and win the best cosplay. You know what I mean? That's how we roll. Or hang on your wall, whatever, you know what I mean? But it's something that's quality enough that you'd want to hang it on your wall. Not some cheap piece of crap, you know? But anyway, so I'll probably, yeah, you know, probably something we'd have to organize on Discord for comms around figuring out what the best program is around this mask, this said mask. Yeah, just go to your settings. Go to your settings to change, and then go to UI and then customize your HUD. Just play around with that. You can change it. You can move it anywhere you want. You can even shrink it so you don't have a mini map. You can shrink all of the everything. Everything can be shrunk so that it's basically a pixel. It's just a pixel on your user interface. So like you can get it so that you can't see anything really. So it's a nice clean slate. And then you can save your settings too, so you can quickly switch back and forth to different visualization set customizations that you've done.
You're amazing.
I just kind of liked it as a better center, you know, front and center. Easier to look straight up than top left. And then also because some lighting stands and stuff like that I have in my office that can sometimes block that area, and so I don't, it's almost like I'm playing with the mini map but I don't have it because I can't see it. So that's one of the reasons I moved it too. But it's a nice little fenris mask. Right on, Reaps. Cool, cool. I'll set it up in the next couple days, man. Get the conversation rolling. Yeah, Daniel. A painting finish, yeah. I mean, I have a it depends on what style we go and how complicated it is. So that's something we'd have to consider in the design. But like if you look at the thumbnail on YouTube, like as a concept, you know, where it's a solid, it's more of a solid color for this video, for this live stream right now. But I have an airbrush, a compressor, and all that. But it'd be better to probably outsource it, depending. Yeah, because there's some prep work. They'd have to sand it. It'd have to be sanded. Yeah, so the more streamlined we can get the design, probably the better, huh? War Chief, Scar Proof. Scar Proof, that's funny. You're gonna. Scar Proof says, he says, I'm painting a steamer trunk, and I have an old parachute I'm gonna hang from one of my trees in my yard. Somebody's gonna shoot it for the cash, for the loot. Hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Look at this guy. Oh, I was saying, like, you know, because we don't have actually any skill damage, you could change some of these things to, like, you could throw out that 6 skill tier decoy out there too. Six skill tier decoy, and then you could have a crazy healer drone. Not that you really need the heals, I mean, because you got the 3% regen plus 20% armor on kill, but Ooh, right on, man. You're gonna like that. War Chief, your new controller. What we got up here? Gloves. Yeah, not impressed. Not impressed with gloves. Let's head this way. You know, it's all RNG, Judgment Lord, but I did a video on it to demonstrate. I couldn't remember, maybe it was like 20%, but you could be luckier or less lucky. Let me send you a link. There you go, Judgment. I just dropped a link for you in chat. It should help you a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I've only farmed system corruption using those legacy caches maybe 2 or 3 times. And to be honest with you, I've been real lucky. Like, I tend to get, you know, I guess out of like 20 caches, get like 3 or 4. And so I got a lot of system corruption gear. All my system corruption gears basically come from those. A lot of duplicates though, you know what I mean? You do that. I tend to get like a lot of masks. But you know, I have gotten backpacks. I have gotten knees and holsters. I don't think I've gotten a chest piece out of those, but backpacks for sure. But sometimes, you know, this could be your bad luck. You open 20 and you'll get like 3 masks. System corruption masks, but you can craft system corruption, so it's not the worst thing. You know, you are collecting weaves so that you can eventually craft it. So, but yeah, you know, it's hit or miss, but you still get other things. You still get Dark Zone named items out of those, so it doesn't always become a complete waste. How did that not kill you? The hell? Outcasts! Oh, come on, how? 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 He ran through that fire and everything. Oh my God, so annoying. Wayne, what up, man? Good to see you live, bro. Ohio. Mr. Ohio. Where am I? That sucks. Fucking huggers. That's why I didn't want to come over here, right? That kind of bullshit. Just the huggers. The worst part about this faction. The huggers and the lawnmowers, right? I mean, I'd rather take a lawnmower to the ankle than a hugger. Those guys are annoying. I mean, they got some moves. They can juke. They can run through fire. Apparently. Elevations are tough shots. I like how she's running scared, but just, oh, coincidentally just backed into me, you know what I mean? What a coincidence. Oh. Bullshit. You guys ever notice that? Like when you send your drone at somebody and they're like very busy fighting your drone and kind of walking backwards and just coincidentally walk right into where you're stationed at, you know? Come here, dude. Fuck. Fucking lawnmower.
Heavily armored hostile detected. Hostile broadcast picked up.
Gotta be able to take that shot.
Mafia King! What up, man? Fucker. Do you see that that ankle breaker he pulled off? Guy can dodge some bullets. Composure. That's a nice composure. I could put armor on it, and then we can run perfect composure. No, you can't run perfect composure. Where's our perfect composure? Where's that at? I wouldn't mind a perfect composure, actually. Composure's not bad. A lot of builds that play full-time in cover. And we often choose vigilance over composure when we're playing in cover. Oh God, you little dick. Kept running through attack 50 shot. Because if you think about it logically, you're like, well, if I'm behind cover, why wouldn't I run vigilance?
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Jesus, that guy, man. See why they picked him, you know?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
To do a suicide run. Adamant. He's busy. That is the worst enemy they could have designed. Don't you think? The fucking hugger. Why isn't my turret shooting at this guy when I'm telling it to? Fucking turret, man. Better off destroying that thing, you know?
Let's take them by surprise.
Oh, damn rogues. You know what's gonna happen. I can tell you what's gonna happen.
Agent
You're
detected.
gonna get behind some cover and you're gonna throw a bunch of grenades.
Broadcast picked up.
And then out comes their skills. Yep, here come the grenades.
Rogue restore hive.
Fuck you too.
Hostile restore hive
Fuck you
detected.
too.
Rogue artillery turret detected. Hostile artillery turret detected.
See how he's backing into me? Really?
Drone detected. Hostile striker drone detected.
It's not gonna last though. Oh my god. There we go. You didn't like that. You didn't like that! Oh, that was pinpointed.
Rogue agent eliminated. Supply
that's
room
how you do
access unlocked.
We'd be an easy target. Not anymore.
I'm on Xbox here, here. Team Xbox.
Got a lot of people coming home tonight
Great.
because of you. Thank you.
You ever had a meat tornado, meat ogre? You know what a meat tornado is? Have you seen that? You should look it up. You're talking about real life there? Mafia, green arm? You got a green arm? Might want to get that looked at. You mean some gangrene? A little gangrene going on? Green gang. I like the efficiency of consoles, you know. I got a pretty nice, fancy computer setup. I got a Mac Studio, and so I don't mind. I pump money into my computers, but there lies the problem. I like Macs, and so I can't really have a very fancy PC gaming system and then have my work Mac thing going at the same time. It's quite a hefty investment there. Maybe one day. And I did look at getting
Detected. Nearby location.
a server, and I did do it. I actually tried it. I forget what you call that, but so yeah, I bought a server and then tried to get the Division 2 game on it, but the Division for PC, you know, so I opened up a Windows instance and all that crap. But the Division didn't like the M1 chip, basically, in the end. So even though I had done all that, it could still detect. And they give you CPUs, so I had a bunch of dedicated CPUs, but the game still detected my Mac chip. So it's all for nothing.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
We got to turn on some directives.
Reinforcements en route. Detected. Neighboring location guarded by hostiles. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh God, why would it take so long to shoot? Ah, come on.
Agent incapacitated.
Had that. Get up here, man. Hurry. Don't let him punch you. Told you.
Civilians in danger.
Oh, God. Oh, God. What a disaster, right? You seen that? What a disaster. Okay, let's just die. He's not going to come back. I need to put on directives anyways.
0.
Yeah, that's the story of my life right there. That's my relationship with the NPCs. Every now and again, they'll pull off a good save, and, you know, I'm impressed, and I get my hopes up, and I'm like, yeah, you know, these guys, all right. And then shit like that happens. It's only frustrating because, look, they can take a turret to the face for about a half hour, but they can't take a punch from one of these NPCs, you know? What is that about? What is that about? I mean, those gotta be some serious mega mastermind punches, right? I mean, those are some boss Marvel comic Batman punches. Rat Pack, Gotham City pile drivers. I don't know what to call them, but the NPCs can't take those, but they can take full-on mounted turrets to the face for a half hour. Jesus. It isn't like playing like dynamic duo, I know. Yeah, I got this Hunter's Fury. That took forever. Did I reset the control points too? No, I apparently did. So we're rocking this Hunter's Fury protection from elites dealio here. So we got 5 skill tiers. We did have 6. I decided to back down a skill tier. the skills are quite aggressive. And then it becomes challenging because you're literally kind of competing with your skills for your kills. And if your skills are killing too fast back to back, it's great for your armor on kill, but it's bad for your headhunter talent. What ends up happening is like you have a hard time finding a target that you can actually kill because your skills keep killing them. And so you swing a rifle to the right, the skills get done with the guy on the left, and they move to the right also, and then the enemies are kind of bouncing and shaking, and it makes it hard to compete with them. So that's what I'm looking for, is the balance between the skills and the weapon at the moment. And the thing is that because we're playing tight and out of cover and inside that 50-meter range, it's a little bit different than some of our long-range sniper ones where you have the whole playing field because there is no 15-meter range, right? But Hunter's Fury wants that 15 meters, which is you're powerful in there. Even your skills are killing at that distance because they're just become more accurate in that range. But it becomes a very competitive environment when you're fighting in a 15-meter bubble. And as far as clearing content, that's not the issue. Not at all. It's more like, you know, I'm gonna do more with my gun than with my skills. And it can be equal. I mean, it can be equal, but I don't want my skills doing more than my gun. It kind of bothers me. I should have, I should have gone for that little rusher, right? Yep. That was fucking lucky. Because that fucker got me on fire. Almost died because of that. Because you can't go ADS when you're on fire. Let's load up here and get our shit going. See, I can't shoot right here. Come on, man. Oh, God. I know I should use my other gun, but I'm just kind of being adamant right now. Fine. Oh, God. Apparently the other guy got behind me. All right, let's try that again. Died by a red guy. So you're always your most vulnerable getting your ammo, whatever that build is. But I have found that with rifles, you don't have to do it very often, which is pretty cool. They start you out, once you get that first ammo kill with your pistol, you get a nice hefty chunk. Ideally, we can use somebody on the outskirts, but it doesn't look like there's anybody roaming the streets. So I have to go right for the turret. Actually, I think I'm gonna do tomorrow morning, Jim. I think I'm gonna do tomorrow morning because tomorrow's, the big day, the big event. And I think tomorrow we're probably gonna start with we can spend some time on a pistol. What the hell? Well, how am I already on fire? Okay, let me pick that up. Alright. Gotta go for those guys with their special ammo. Keep them at least occupied. Elevation sucks. It's really hard elevation shots in this game. You know, like when you're going upstairs or when you're at a different elevation than they are, for some reason, it's just really hard in this game. You gotta take those shots carefully.
Hostile supply convoy nearby.
Damn it.
Serious trauma detected.
That's what sucks about fire is that you can't aim. And on headshot builds, it's not like assault rifle builds where you can at least go for the body and whatever. With headshot builds, you don't want to be on fire, do you? Technically, I haven't gotten our ammo yet, so let's get some. There we go.
Hostile detected.
See, what did we get? 160 something ammo, 167. That's pretty good, right? Jesus, right? Look at that jitter. Look at that jitter. Yeah, I mean, you can't land a shot on him if you wanted to. See, they're already on to the next enemy. You see that? Get out of here. My skills, that is.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I'm gonna rip it down.
Jesus, guy, come on, really? See, as soon as I went out of the nemesis, he popped out of cover.
I can destroy it.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostile supply convoy detected.
Your homie took off on you, buddy. What's up with that? You guys ever realize, like, with scavenge skills, they can conflict with the memento? Because wherever your mementos drop, the scavenge skills drop, and if you're saving them for later, you know what I mean? Then you can't pick up your trophy. See that? Because then you accidentally pick up your scavenge skill. And so sometimes you can end up with no scavenge skills at the end of the mission because you're running around picking up all your trophies. Right on, Chief. Get her done.
Yo, asshat.
You just say ass hat? Nice. Said ass hat. Perfect. Yo, ass hat. Holy shit, that's hilarious, huh?
Supply room access unlocked.
Yeah. Yo, ass hat. What? Hey, that's what my mom used to call me. Man, we need some new backpack talents. Oh, come on, devs. You know? Oh. They've been lazy the last couple seasons, huh? When's the last time we got a new backpack talent? I mean, it's almost like they're really avoiding new talents. Doesn't it seem like that to you guys? I mean, what was the last backpack talent that we got? New one. Besides, I'm not talking about a perfect version of something we've already had. I mean, a completely new one. When's the last time we got a completely new chest talent? I mean, we haven't, right? Was Headhunter the last chest talent we got? That was so long ago, if that is. You could, Siphoner, you should check out that build that I just posted. That's actually pretty good for group play. I think that it's got the right amount of armor, and so you're gonna want to play a little heavier on your reds, and then it's hitting out 1.4 million solo. It's pinned at the top of the chat. It's the third build, so it's hitting out 1.4 million solo, and it's got mega bonus armor. So in a group play, it's gonna hit higher, right? So because your groupers should buff you a little bit. 1.5, 1 point, whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's not much of a change. I mean, I think we have 2 blue cores on that one, maybe 3. But that build would compete pretty well with the striker build. And I'm running the Omega Suppressor, Coyote's Mask on it. Yeah, but with Heartbreaker, one of the keys to Heartbreaker is with your weapon choice, for sure. It's one of those where a good high base weapon damage really complements that build. That's true. But those are weapon talents, new gun talents. Yeah. When is it? But when is the last time? Is the last one we got for a the build for backpack and chest? I mean for backpack, I think the last one was Headhunter. I can't think of anything else that we've gotten since then besides gear sets.
Reinforcements en route.
Oh, fucking worst scenario. So you know, a turret with special ammo. That's like literally the worst scenario you could have. See how he's accidentally backing into me? I still can't fucking land it. Is it me? Is it me? I feel like it is. I mean, how can I miss that many fucking shots right there? I think that one handling stack could probably do some wonders. That one that I'm missing. There we go. I need to be choosier about my shots. Remember, the first shot's always the hardest. Once you get your headhunter buff, it becomes a lot easier. That first shot can be a pain.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
How was that not a headshot?
Detected.
I saw that. Oh, man. They counted that as a hand shot. His hands weren't even close to his head. They were in front of his face. Damn it, dude. I'm getting hit by a fucking lawnmower. Where's the lawnmower lady? We need to make a new Stephen King episode. The lawnmower lady. Remember that old Stephen King movie?
Incoming hostiles
Lawnmower Man?
detected.
Oh no, fire ammo. Your best defense off to that is obviously kill first. Shoot first. Easier said than done though, huh? Oh, another guy with fucking fire. They're bringing it. Look at this. Look at him jiggle. Look at him jiggle. Can't even get a shot off this guy. He can shoot me though. Don't you worry. Jesus, suicide fucking bombers. They're the worst. God, they're literally the worst enemy archetype ever made for any game ever. I mean, it's not just that they come and blow up on you, but that they can run through fire is pretty painful, right? And the reason why is because sometimes they're already on fire. Have you noticed that? And so you know how you can't put a status effect on somebody already inflicted by that same status effect? So that's why, like, you can kill one of them and the other one will run right through the fire without even being halted. Look at this guy back there.
On target.
Hostile broadcast picked up. Supply room access unlocked.
Hey there, agent.
You like them, Kelly? Oh, you're crazy, man. I like the idea of them. You know what I mean? I used to like that in COD. I think that was COD. Yeah, it was like the martyrdom when you could lay there and hug a grenade until somebody came by and you blew them up. That'd be cool to have in the Division 2 for PvP, actually. That'd be fun. You know how you can stay up for a while, right? And wait for somebody to revive you. And then an enemy can come and tap you out. Melee you to death. First of all, it'd be cool if they gave us some more action on that melee. You know what I mean? Like if they did like a finish him, you know, that kind of thing. And then it would be cool if, you know, if they choose to use the finish him, you could have that martyrdom skill enabled where they come close to you and then you blow them up. So then they have to make the choice to maybe shoot you from afar instead to finish you. That'd be fun.
Hostile control point nearby.
Ugh, I hate that when you travel here, they take all your ammo. That sucks. I'm gonna add another armor core. I'm gonna power down the skill again. I think the skills are too strong. I do wish that had handling on it instead of... Could probably go back to this walker. There's one with the skill tier. That one. All right. So same thing. I'm just gonna put armor on it. But I want the handling. That's why I'm taking this one back. At least one handling roll is really nice to have. And then taking this down. So that drops us to a 4 skill tier. 3 armor core. So 3-4 balance. Yeah, I wish we got more RPG things going on around here. I always said that I want to do an IED deer corpse. Hang a deer from a tree. Somebody comes up, look, meat. And you're like, haha. .4. That's without trophies. Oh, need more ammo. Need ammo. Fucking Tusk. Taking out my tech.
Locking the enemy down.
Ah, fucking foamer. And the heavy gunner. No good.
Let's see you run now.
Oh no, not the foam! Fucking, I can't shoot when I'm on fire. Damn it. It's kind of intense. Please don't foam him. Please don't foam him. Ugh. Please don't foam him. Please don't foam him. Oh, thank you, Jesus. This is intense in here. Let's let him take all that heat. This Tusk lady needs to go. She's the one started all this issue. Damn, look at all that special ammo back there. You seen all that shit? Wow. Wow. That's a wall of fire. You get hit with one of those bullets and you're disabled. Fuck, that was crazy. Yeah, I know you're back there. Oh, come on. I should have been able to get that shot. Get off me. Ah! I got cocky, I guess. My fault. But I should have been able to land it. It was like, I felt like that shot was on. Ah, stupid. All right. It sucks because you don't get your ammo back when you die. You have to re-farm your ammo.
Hostile control point identified.
Probably a strikers is a good one to start with, Tom. And try it with spotter and the king breaker. That's a fun one to use. Whatever assault rifle you want, though.
I hear you.
Yeah, so strikers is probably the easiest to do it with, and then negotiators is also pretty easy to do it with, actually. Negotiators is nice from a defensive perspective because you can just tag those like drone operators or tank operators and get them out of your way, shooting an easier to access target. Aw, come on, bud. Jeez, I can't use my TAC 50 today. No pain. Special ammo's nasty. Oh my god.
Down.
I'm just trying to get ammo.
Count on me. I got your back.
There it is. Got our ammo. Let's see if we can do something with it. She wanted to get me with that grenade, huh? They're usually good at that. Even if you anticipate, they'll still get you. Like a big splash on that fire grenade.
Hostile detected.
What's going on? Get the fuck back!
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
A little bit better, I think. Time to kill. So I lowered the time to kill. Gives you just a little bit more time to acquire that shot and take it.
Too close.
I think that's the right move.
Give up, asshole.
And then so I shifted it to defense, so basically that time went to more armor. Which means more regen too, so I like it. So I can do a little bit more with my weapons.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Grenade away! Target! I think he's an asshole.
How did that not kill her? That was right on. Oh, I see. We need that to be Habsburg. All right. I remember. Well, I can't keep it this and just take off one of these. I lowered my headshot damage on accident by taking off Habsburg. But I don't want Habsburg. I don't want it because I want the handling there instead. Which I might be able to move one of these headshot damages off, but that's fine. I'll just tough it out.
No way.
Does feel better though. I think that's the power split that I want. Timing rise. So that way you can still kill something your skills are working on. So they're distracting him, and you know you got enough time to whip out that gun and
Supply room
pop him in the
access
back of the head.
locked.
And the reason why is because you want to reset your timer. Sometimes you need to, not always, but sometimes you need to reset your timer on Headhunter. That's why you want that, steal that kill from your own skill. Because you might think, oh, it doesn't matter if my skill gets it, and it doesn't. It doesn't. If your skill gets it, great. You still get your trophy, you still get your skill component and your armor on kill. But what you don't get is a reset on your timer for Headhunter, and that's what I want to do, so you don't lose Headhunter. And then by not losing your Headhunter, then you don't need to use your TAC 50 so much, which means your TAC 50 ammo go a lot further. So another way of working around is I could put back on the walker, take off one of these protection from elite mods too. I like the protection from elites. That's what's making us feel tankier on that bonus armor. And the other thing is to put handling is another, because I'm missing one handling slot and I want that back. I think it does matter. So since my chest piece has this armor regen, I don't need it. Ooh, Kelly, you're trying to get all your accommodations in the summit? Wow. Get to the top 20 times with 5 directives, huh? You bet, Jim. We got your back, man. The whole community here. Come by anytime. Say what's up. I do stream pretty much daily. My most popular start times are 2 to 4 p.m. I usually start around that Pacific Standard Time, and then I try to do some early streams throughout the week too, at least 1 or 2 if I can. Depends on the week and what activities we have, and so that way I can catch the European time zones and whatnot. Here we go.
Reinforcements incoming.
Get off me!
Stop being on fire. Stop being on fire.
Vision. Kill him! Come on! Look, that's a good spot for a turret. Fire no hostile.
9.9, like right on the edge there. What the fuck? What just happened? Must have hit his hand again. That's just bullshit. I had that shot.
Save this one for you.
Really? This grenade went sideways and backwards? Right where I was going?
Yeah, let's go.
Show me what you got then.
We in play.
Fucker. They love to go back there, and it's so annoying. It's the most annoying place to fight in the game. You gotta jump over that stupid wall. you're dead. Wow. Be nice to get rid of that reload. Still got the reload speed there, yeah. Sure, that's right. Why is my turret shooting at that thing? Come on, man. Fucking 2 guys back here.
Gonna kill you. Gotta find that target.
Incoming hostiles detected.
They're coming right at me. We need to lock down the area.
There is something about those fucking weak points. They're like magnets for your gun. I even knew it. I was like, it's gonna make me shoot the weak point even before I went for the shot. They're magnets, those turrets on their back. Or the medic one too, the shock thing. It's just like, you go for the head. It's like, how the hell did I hit the center of his backpack when I was going for his head?
God damn it!
What, you trying to tell me that was a fucking body shot? You are. This game's been lying to me. This game lies. Sits on the throne of lies.
On the enemy flank. Last turn, KIA. Don't have a shot. Let's see what I can do. You're one down.
Heavily armed hostile detected.
Think we're helpless, huh? Where did he go?
Yeah, buddy, yeah, good one. That's right. It's exactly right. Sit on the throne of lies. What does he smell like? Beef and cheese or something like that. What does he say? Something like that, right? Smell like beef and cheese. Somebody else here. Oh wait, more. There's more. Oh. Go. Fucking skill. You need a drone pilot license to get these things to work for you, I swear.
Just fucking die on me!
Timed out. What a waste. Oh, it's because of that drone. Didn't want to go where it wanted to go.
Lost him.
It sucks.
There will be more fights ahead.
Did this, huh?
Supply room access unlocked.
That's an impressive weapon.
Yeah, so I think it does pretty good with the directives because you get to get out enough, and you're playing at that distance where you get to pick up those components, and then you just got to look out for that fire ammo. Mostly from the outcasts.
Don't fucking hit.
Well, Siphon, if you're trying to play with group, you, I mean, there's nothing wrong with your build. It's great, you know. Maybe too much armor for a group build. You shouldn't need that much armor in a group, you know, because you got 4 other guys,
Civilians in danger.
in theory, playing in the same zone you are, all shooting at the same enemy, you know? Unless you're trying to be, like, really strong and you're trying to get your shield strength up. You could probably, I would probably back that down. But try to look at 1.1 or 1.3 million armor. And I remember, here's the deal. I mean, I think I like the Heartbreaker chest piece over Spotter. I get that Spotter gives you a little more damage on those initial stacks, basically the first 50, but it's only 20% amp damage, and you're gonna peak out there where the Heartbreaker, well, chest piece gives you an additional 50, but that's not just damage, that's also additional bonus armor. So you're getting more damage and more bonus armor off the Heartbreaker chest.
Guarding location.
And Heartbreaker is one of the easiest builds to maintain stacks. It's even easier than Striker. And they're offense and defensive stacks. So I like the chest better. I have run it with other chest pieces like, what's it called? Intimidate. I've run it with Intimidate. I've done that and I liked it. So I'm not saying it's like strictly chest piece, but it's a hard one to lose. You know, and I would say, like, if it's the best Heartbreaker build, if you're looking for the best Heartbreaker build, I think it includes the chest piece. And then the backpack, it just, I would say is a variable depending on what you're playing. You could go Vigilance and justify it a lot because you could say, like, oh, the bonus armor is protecting Vigilance. So that's cool. Bloodsuckers, probably a little bit tough in team play. The Memento would be great in team play because you're going to get the regen and weapon damage that they cannot take away from you. And the Heartbreaker backpack isn't going to give you additional damage. So that's the Memento's worthy. I think it is. And then, of course, is the bonus armor. And then the Heartbreaker backpack is great. So I like the Heartbreaker backpack for group play because it's going to give you even more bonus armor. But that's the piece that's up in the air. And then I was just going to say, and remember to use your shotgun. Your ACS shotgun is a big deal. That's what's going to make you feel powerful. In the end, like, the thing that actually makes you feel powerful, I believe, is really the shotgun, because it gets you to the full stacks really fast. And it's full stacks is only 100, you know, very easy to do. That wasn't a headshot. There's just something, man. There's something going. I can't believe that wasn't a headshot. They're not giving me credit for some of this. It's their hands. That's why, guys. That's what it is. It's counting the hand, right? It's like, oh, that was a hand shot. Technically, is what they're saying, and that's why determined is a blessing, because those, you know, at least half of those shots I don't have to worry about them doing that to me, because you feel robbed. You know, you feel robbed when you shoot them in the face and they count it as a hand shot. You really do. You feel like the game stole that headshot from you. You know. And so, I'm pretty good about working around it. You know, I've got my method to work around it. It's not like a new thing. And, you know, I manage it by aiming for the top of the dome, which is above their hands at its highest point. And so, but I feel like today it's just like my strategies and it hasn't been working as great as it usually does. And it's not necessarily because of skills. I'm used to doing that, playing with skills. And so the only thing I can think of is that lacking of one, what do you call it? Weapon handling attribute is like kind of the RNG on the hit location and the hitbox is, they're not giving it to me all the time as much. Maybe if I had a little bit, maybe I'd have a little bit more of my favor, but I don't know. This could be a bad day. Yeah, I get it. But you know, one of the advantages, Siphon, is of Heartbreaker, just different styles of play. Yeah, I get it. I think you're great. That's great. Are you running you must be running Technician, and so the Technician is giving you a skill tier 2, which is going to your shield. Look at my fucking skill. Jesus Christ. Now I gotta crush it. And I got directives, so I need to Exotic. There's the one for the day. Coyote's Mask. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with your build at all. I get it. It's great, you know. But I would assume that you're probably looking for a little bit more power in a group scenario. Oh, no, I was gonna say that if you up your bonus armor, use that a little bit more as your shield. And it allows you to move faster, so you're not so slow behind that shield, you know? Use your shield only when you have to, you know, kind of thing. And if you run a scope and you use the shield peak strategy, then that's a game changer too for legendary gameplay. I'm changing that for PvE, which probably means that'll cross over the for PvP, and I think that means that that'll cross over to PvE too. You know, what do you guys think? You know, it's on the known issues board, the shield peak. And so I think they're looking at it for PvP reasons, but when they nerf things for PvP, it translates over to PvE too, usually.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
They're gone. So you put it on the boss and then take care of the other guys in the meantime. I guess that's it.
Supply room access unlocked.
Ooh, negative flex. That'd be cool. That'd be really awesome if she's got the time. But I gotta say, for design, from the design perspective, I think it'd be more fun to have it as a community activity. So maybe she could like be more of like step 2, participate in more like step 2, refining it for production, basically. That'd be really cool. Is she technical, I wonder? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe even from the beginning, I'm just thinking about it. I don't know. Because, I mean, we could use all the help we can get. But either way, I would like it to be, the concepts to be developed up, and then maybe she could take it from there. You know, take our words and rough ideas, and she could turn it into a nice, beautiful mask, digital mask. Coyote's mask, not bad rolls. It's actually not a bad chest piece for explosive. A hybrid sniper build, you know, with the explosive damage there. All it's missing is headshot damage. It's got a red core with handling already on it. One more just to fill up my bag, you know, because it's not full enough. So, okay, so here's my thoughts on this build, right? I think that it's one of those interesting ones where you can make it really strong. It's not about power. It's about usability, like your performance on it. And you make those skills too strong, which is so easy to do, apparently. I mean, we didn't even roll skill damage, but it's the memento that's strong, right? So the memento is giving us that 30% skill damage. And then you're picking up trophies, and you know, when you have 6 skill tiers, you're getting another 30%. It's too much damage. I know you're like, there's no such thing as too much damage, but there is when it comes to timing of things and the way it plays out and the balance of it all. It ends up being too much of a skill build. It just ends up being a very strong skill build with 20% armor on kill. You know, and then you lose, what ends up happening is you lose the usability of your primary weapon, which is a serious threat. It's even more of a threat than your skills are, right? Your skills are just disrupting your threat ability, whatever that is. I made up that word, I like it. So, so it is one of the ones that you want to balance it out more. And you don't need any more damage per se, so that ends up being a defense. So it's really interesting because it ends up being a one-shot kill tank skill damage hybrid build, right? Because instead of powering up, we're rolling the extra skill tiers back to blue. As you can see, we're at a 3-3. And this feels about right. The only thing I would change is that one weapon handling stat, but it feels about right power distribution wise. I feel like I'm getting the right amount of kills with my weapon, and my skills are still really strong and really useful. I might even, Dr. Hannes, what up? I might even put on one more blue core, you know, after playing with it for a while. This is one to probably perfect, you know, because it's making the directives feel easy. I like that part, you know. It's always going to be hard to get in your initial ammo, and then once you do, you know. What the fuck? I swear, tell me that was on. Oh my god, what the hell? Maybe the fog threw something off? Or I'm losing my eyesight. Something. Let's try that a fucking game. But oh look. Being followed. I'm just trying to be picky with my special ammo.
Try to sneak up on me! Behind the car! Hand have gone forward. Watch it. Going for the flag! Negative on target vision. Fuck you! Get this shit!
There's a bunch of them right here, isn't there?
Get away from me!
Just wanted him to know I was here.
Got it!
Reinforcement complete.
Another fucking hand shot.
Medical assistance needed.
You guys are pissing me off, man. Get off my... It's a little too close for me to use my tack.
Putting an end to it.
Trying to set up a turret!
Is my armor broken and I don't realize it? Is that why my armor's not going all the way up?
Here they are.
It's not going all the way up. It's broken? Now it is. I think our directives are a little broken, aren't they?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Yeah, time to kill feels just right.
Anyone see him?
Must be here somewhere.
Chicken shit. What's up?
Incoming hostiles detected.
Nice F2000. Really enjoyed that F2000 build we ran the other day. Destroy your words. Later, Wayne.
Fire if you need me.
Walk on, brother. Thanks for hanging. It's always a pleasure when you swing by to say what up. You and Mandy Pandy.
Everything we have.
How? Is that not a kill? Oh, I guess we lost our trophies. Oh, I see. Well, how? And did we lose our trophies? I don't know, but they timed out.
Target's marked.
No, I can't land the shot again. Oh my god. Gotta land your shots to live, man.
Action.
And go back to this one and just put on headshot damage. Sick of not having that weapon handling.
I got you. I want to see you dead.
Got a lot of ammo in our rifle, huh? 328.
Right there.
Instantly. Way better. I seriously can feel that 8%. Yeah, I can. I can. It just like instantly feels tighter. I think you just kind of get used to it. You get used to it. You know, you play with a certain amount of handling and it's just a little muscle memory. It's not that it's better or worse necessarily. It's probably just a muscle memory thing, you know? Most of my headshot builds have at least one, usually they have one weapon handling attribute on it, and it's on the chest. They usually do. Just by default. Just there's that one on the chest, and then from there, depends on the weapon. And then so the sniper ones have more overall stability because they need it. But otherwise, the rest is just sort of like what you develop in muscle memory. So like right there, that was a pretty tough shot. Landed it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna have 100% accuracy or anything like that, but yeah, it really is a muscle memory thing. I feel like it's probably the best way to explain it. It just instantly felt better. So I just need a better chest piece is basically what I'm saying. I need one that has ideally like the Habsburg. It's either that or I can, you know, take off this reload speed again. It's really the rifle's headshot damage number, so we're at 155. And so if I take this off, then we're at 145 if I take off the headshot mod. So we lost a protection from elites for weapon handling, but it's worth it for me right now. Otherwise I get frustrated. And it's really weird. Sometimes it's just, I do have headshot builds where we're not even running sharpshooter, you know? But I don't know, today it's just one of those days. I feel like I need it.
Supply room access unlocked.
Yeah, Flex, that mod is amazing. I know. I started using it about 6 months ago or so, you know? And yeah, I put it on all my assault rifles now, basically. I really do. I think it's, even on my Police M4, it handles pretty good, right? Good mod. There's little things like that. Like I've always, like I remember discovering like fast hands, for example. It's like, oh my God, fast hands. For soloing legendary, fast hands is great. Like fast hands with Negotiator's Dilemma is amazing. You know, just putting out shots. Just, you know, you're always inflicting damage on 2 or 3 enemies at a time. So it's like, and then fast hands is like cutting down the reloads on the FAMAS, you know, oof, lethal. Junior, that's a good question. He says, do you guys run around with most of your set on you as you play or leave it in the stash, more room for loot? I mean, like most of us that have been playing for a really long time, maybe even you, like we're probably always full. I got 4 characters, they're all full. So, but backpacks and chest pieces, I try to keep
Hostile control point identified.
around close to me, you know, and that means in my stash too. So, because I can always pop over to my stash, but it's like, you know, top 5 favorite weapons should always be with you. Top 2, 3 backpacks should always be with you. And then as many chest pieces as you can hold, the better. But we're pretty slim choices on our backpacks, right? You're usually running the Ninja, Vigilance with Grupo. You know, they're all pretty obvious picks on the backpack side of things. So it's really limited and you might as well carry them with you. I mean, how many builds have the Memento, right? And then, so I got a Heartbreaker backpack usually with me. The Striker backpack usually with me. And that's basically it. I mean, I have more than that, but those are the ones I really rely on. It's gonna be rough because we don't have any fucking skills on the skill build right now. Oh yeah, I might not make it. Is it gonna be? Yep. I should have played that more. Less aggressive. On this one, I'm using the... If you're talking to me, Soul Riot, the Memento. That one. Oh, the Nemesis too. Yeah. The Nemesis is for bosses, really heavy enemies, or when I'm out of TAC 50 ammo. Otherwise, it's the TAC 50 and the rifle I'm using. There we go.
Screw you!
Really?
Got no eyes on a target!
Where is everybody? The abandoned ship. So annoying. Look at him way over here. Jesus H.
I need these plates repaired!
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Need some help here.
Yeah. Really? Fucking. Oh my god. My bullets are going right through you, dude. I don't get it.
I need to reload.
My armor's cracked.
Yeah, that's a long reload swap.
Immediate medical assistance.
I mean, weapon swap.
Civilians in danger.
Target target.
Vital signs critical.
Where's my... Got my kills. Where's my trophy and my... Scavenge skill? Didn't come.
Leave that.
Remove that turret.
Civilians in distress. Heavily armored hostile detected. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Really? Where's my armor on kill? Are you guys seeing that? No armor on kill. I got 20% armor on kill. Did not come. What? I think there's something wrong with our directives. That armor break one. I mean, that's insane. Yeah, we got it done. I'm not sure it's worth running that armor break. Sometimes you don't realize that it's not working for you and you've been playing for a while. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's got spark. You've been playing for a while and then you realize, you look down and you're like, hey, I didn't get armor on kill or something, you know? Because look, are you noticing there's no armor break? It's not showing my break points. You seen that? So normally when you have armor break, it shows the armor break points. I mean, unless I'd never had armor break, it's possible. But it's possible it never broke, but it looks like it did, right? Because that should have healed me all the way, and it didn't. And so it's just supposed to be like kind of a placeholder where your armor peaks out at. And so that's why I didn't get my armor on kill. It's because my armor break had, but I couldn't tell because it's not visualizing on my armor bar. So that's why I didn't, it looked like I didn't get my armor on kill, but I did. It just wasn't a lot because my armor break is all used up. See that? So that's not helpful at all to have a visual glitch like that because you don't know you're in trouble, right? I had no idea like my armor break was that low. I'm running around with basically no fucking armor. I don't think it's worth running armor break. It's causes a lot of issues. Issues with the memento. Sucks though, because it's really not that difficult of a one to run, you know, especially with the castle now, because you can always swing by and get more armor kits without losing your mementos and stuff like that. So it's really not that tough to run. It's just, it's very inconsistent in its behavior. Oh yeah, even when the armor kits won't fix it, and then you have to switch builds and then lose whatever things you got going on, and yeah, including ammo sometimes, right? Yeah, but I think we basically found our build. I just need to get more chest pieces, but this will be a good one. I'll be showcasing it a lot. We'll test it out with Golden Bullet. I feel like finally we got it in a really good rhythm between balance of skill and power and primary weapon. With assault rifles, it's a little bit easier, right? You don't have to balance it out so much because you can use just assist each other more, where you don't need the assistance. That's kind of really what it's about, right? Like when it comes to headshot builds, whether it's a rifle, pistol, or sniper, you don't need any assistance unless it's a boss, basically, right? And so, or of course the tank guys, and you just say, hey, go take care of them. So when you're running headshot skill builds, it's more of a divide and conquer. You go that way, I'll go this way, we'll meet back in the middle, everybody's dead, right? And so sometimes you can be working on the same target, but as you know, the enemies flinch too much, body flinching, and so it causes you to miss, and you accidentally hit the hand or the neck and stuff like that. So it's, and then you lose Headhunter, and then you're like, ah, and that's, you're doing it to yourself with your own skills, right? And so it really is a divide and conquer, and this brings a different. We've always been running and gunning. I always get out cover. Maybe you don't, maybe you will. With all the other versions of the hybrids headshot builds that we've made. But the difference is that this one's a little bit more strict inside that 15 meters zone, at least until you get your first couple of kills, and then you could reach out a little bit further. And so that means you're in a much more smaller fighting box with your own skills. And so that's why we had to power the skills back. And I feel like this is about right, which is nice, because then we get to be tankier, and we don't need any assistance from our skills. We're still one-shot killing everything, so we don't need any assistance from them. We just need them to watch our backs. Like, you go, it is divide and conquer still. You go right, I go left, and every now and again, there'll be only one target anyways, and I'm still able to have enough time to take out that target and steal the kill from my own skill, which I still want to be able to do that, because I got to reset my clock for Headhunter, which is only 30 seconds, which is a long time. But when they're only throwing at you, sometimes they only throw at you like 1 or 2 enemies per wave, right? 2 ads. And so it's just like, oh, and so that could be a lot of if you let your skills take those kills, then that's a lot of time for the next wave, which is hopefully larger. And by that time, your Headhunter expired. Now you got to pull out your TAC 50, your Nemesis, and kind of do your mechanic again. And you really want to minimize the mechanic. So it's going to happen. I mean, you're going to whip out that TAC 50 a couple of times, but if you can minimize it 2-3 times, that's pretty cool, you know? So I feel like this is about right. I think the only thing I would do is just get a better chest piece. I think we would be better off with a Habsburg, and then with this same configuration, and then put back on my protection from elites. That'd be cool. Yeah. Might have this chest piece already, but we'll hold on to it. So we often do these builds where we find ourselves kind of in this competitive situation between, or not competitive, but a head-to-head situation between actually Hunter's Fury and Tip of Spear with these types of builds. You know, there's a few of them where we've gone head-to-head, and they are pretty close. When we were trying to get the Prophet pistol to work, we were in that same scenario. They end up putting out about the same amount of damage. It's just that Tip of Spear has that mechanic you got to work in. But the real difference is that with the Tip of Spear is that you just don't have to worry about range, so you can play it long easier than with this one. You know, so with that being said, I might rethink about the pistol here. because of our power back situation, because we powered back the skills, the pistol, that means we can power up the pistol, right? So in other words, I can run the D&H with 2 red cores, 3 altogether. So we'd be, instead of 3 blues, we'd be 1 blue, 3 reds. And we really don't need a lot of blues if you're killing quickly. And the pistol is even faster at killing, right? Because it's got a shorter barrel, basically, is the real reason. And so it doesn't have the range, but we're playing inside 15 meters anyways. So we have our ranged weapons when we need them. So because we're ending up here, I might swing back to the pistol. I would like to. I would like it to be a pistol build in the end. You could still use the rifle. There's nothing wrong with it. You could still keep it exactly as we have it. But if I put 2 reds there and run D&H, then we'd be powering up the TAC 50, so it's not going to have any issues, but we'd be powering up the pistol most importantly. And I think we could, if we do the 2 red cores, or at least 1, then we can maybe even get all of our protection from elite. So I think that's the next way to play this one. I would love the pistol. Would love the pistol to work. It's a lot faster. You can kill a lot faster with the pistol. Just wham, 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 wham. You know, you got a 1.6 second reload, 8 rounds, 2.5 second reload. I mean, that alone, 5 rounds, 150 RPM. Now, the stability of this weapon is different, you gotta say. The way it swings, you know. And, you know, it comes in hyper yellow with sleek, what is this, goblin purple? This reminds me of some superhero. Which superhero is this reminding me of? Kick-Ass? I think that's what it is, right? It's Kick-Ass, the girl, right? What's her name? In that movie, Kick-Ass, the girl's name? Hit Girl. That's what colors it is. It's Hit Girl colors. Cool, everybody. All right. So I will catch you guys in the morning, and we'll do some Golden Bullet, man. Let's break it in. And then I'm going to probably run different builds than the ones I showcased already in that Golden Bullet build video. So those are for you, proven, good to go. And then just adjust the armor based on how powerful you feel. So that's all that's left to do on those builds, is decide to go up in armor or less, but probably up. It's probably where you'll be. And then we'll start working on some other fun ones to explore some ideas, but we'll look at the unlimited TAC 50 one again and many different versions, because that one's really fun and unique. We'll look at some shotgun run and gun ones again. Pistol builds, pestilence builds, LMG, and a few more LMGs probably. And then I probably will be busting out the chameleon because it's just too good. All right, everybody, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me and supporting the channel. Appreciate you guys. Grumps, appreciate you as always. Matt, Reeps, Sick, everybody helping with the channels. Appreciate you guys. All right, peace out, everybody. And Kelly, appreciate you being everywhere, by the way. Both channels. Lates.
Tuxedo out.
Raw flows, and that's how it goes.